Good, beautiful morning, besties. Welcome to another beautiful, lovely day. I will say though, life has recently felt very boring, very stagnant. I've hit a bit of a creative slump. The energy in this world is so low right now that I just feel major guilt around everything that I do. Like, even just enjoying simple things, simple pleasures in life makes me feel guilty for enjoying them. And I think in turn, that doesn't let me be creative because I don't want to pull out my camera and record the good moments. I don't want to, in a sense, act like my life is in any sense normal right now because I'm not living my life normally. Like, the world is so strange right now. But we're gonna change that. It is officially springtime, and I've decided that this morning, instead of my usual little routine, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna go to Cafecito, and I'm gonna go read my book over there. Yes. So it says right here, you can't control how other adults behave, and stressing about it diminishes your power. I'm going to highlight that because that is so important. And I have actually talked to you guys about. It's too early. I have talked to you guys about this before, and I told you guys how I got over stressing so much at work. I was just like very overstimulated, overwhelmed all the time, getting home just like done with life. And that was because I was taking on so many energies. I am personally an empath, and if somebody comes in and they're in a bad mood, I instantly get in a bad mood. And I couldn't help it for a long time because I wasn't aware that that was what was happening. And then I pointed it out, I worked through it, and now I don't let other people's emotions, feelings, personal problems affect me because I'm not in control of that. I'm not responsible for it. I'm only in control and responsible for how I feel and how I move forward. Okay, I'm just gonna highlight the whole book, but basically, it's just because these things, as I'm reading, this is why I'm so slow with reading books, or at least self-help books, because every little thing just triggers a thought in me. But basically it says right here, just stop and ask yourself, why do you have to let a long line at the coffee shop ruin your day? Why is traffic putting you in a bad mood? Remember, we went over this as well. I talked about how for a while I was getting to work stressed every morning because I was running late. Every car in front of me was so slow. There was the school traffic. Everyone was moving so slow and I was in such a rush. But at the end of the day, I had to realize that that was my fault. Why? Because I was running late. I was taking forever to get out of the house. I was taking my sweet time at home. And then by the time I got out the door, I was running late to work. So that was my fault. So then when I actually took my time to wake up a little bit earlier, get ready, give myself enough time to eat, get out of the house, and have enough time to get to work, people were still driving the same speed. There was still the school traffic, but I felt different. Another year around the sun, and I have not pulled out anything from this bin. So I'm gonna take a look, and whatever I feel I don't need, I am going to get rid of. There are just so many things that I know I'm not going to use. No. I used to have a problem not just with buying regular clothes, but with buying thrifted items that I would never use. That I think were cute, but just, they weren't me. I wasn't gonna use them. I didn't foresee myself using them. This one though, I might. I do have some nieces though that are coming into their teens. They might find some use for some of these. So I'm going to put some of this stuff aside. Maybe they might like some of these. Now I'm gonna use this bin to put all of my sweaters in. also, since the summertime gets really hot here, especially in my room, I don't know why, it's just like the center of all the heat. And so I am the type of person, first of all, to sleep on top of the covers because I just hate when I get hot and sweaty at night and I need to be able to breathe. So I've taken this off and I just have my little like bed sheet on here, and that's how I've been sleeping. It's been so much nicer. It's like so much more fresh at night. I have this duffel bag that is also full of sweaters, and thankfully since I cleared out this bin, I can move the sweaters in here and I can put that in here. Okay, perfect. All of my sweaters fit in here. This is perfect. Ugh, I love having more space. This way it doesn't get dirty because it is a white comforter, and I can pull it back out in the fall and winter when it's ready to be used. Perfect. Oh my god, yes. I love that this is working out so perfectly. This workout video is exactly like the ones that I do in regular Pilates. So I get to implement what I've learned in my Pilates classes, which is to like lay in a diagonal when I'm doing these workouts. So that way I can maintain proper form, because before I'd be like this and then you're just like, you can't do it, you know? So then you like keep your body at a diagonal and then you're able to do it. Recently, I have seen major improvements with my working out. I was struggling a couple of weeks ago with flexibility. Like my legs, hips, thighs, arms, back were so tight. And I think it was just honestly stress in my body that was not going away. And I just kind of been working on it, trying to find peace of mind, and also just doing slower movements, just making sure that every single workout move that I do, I'm maintaining proper posture. And it does make me move slower, but it's fine because again, I'm actually engaging all of the right muscles. Okay, we are done with the workout. I'm gonna go and hop in the shower. Today is hair washing day. I'm actually trying this out for the first time. It is the Fino Premium Touch Hair Mask, and I wanted to try this out to see if it works well with my hair. I don't know how it works with curly hair, but a lot of people have raved about it. So I wanted to give it a try. And I think it says to only leave it on for about like 3 to 5 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on now. That way, between now and getting in the shower, it's had its time to sit. Real quick, while my water is warming up, these are the shampoo conditioners that I use. They are the Kristen S, and these are my absolute favorites. So I have the signature shampoo. I have a big bottle of this one because I go through shampoos so fast. And then I have the little conditioner. They have to be the one though. You see right here, the one. There's other ones that smell very chemically. This one smells great in my opinion. And I'm also going to try out this new little body mask by the Naturium brand, KP Body Scrub and Mask. I will let you guys know how I like this. So I am out of the shower, and I have to say that I actually really like this. I can't say it changed anything really because it was my first time using it, but I did like the texture of it. It was very gentle. The scrub was not too abrasive, which I feel like some scrubs can be. It's like a hit or miss with a lot of scrubs, but this one I think was just the right amount of scrubby, if that makes sense. And I guess this morning ended up being like a little self-care morning. So since I did use a scrub, I treat myself to a little more of a luxurious moisturizer. So today I use my Josie Maran Whipped Argan Oil Body Butter, and this thing is actually really good. It smells amazing, and it really does give your body a glow. So this is pricey, but I think it's worth the investment. Again, I only use this though when I'm going to wear like a skirt or something and my legs are exposed, or it's a self-care day where I do like a full body care routine. Now we're gonna go ahead and do my hair here. So I'm just gonna split it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and take my bangs out. And I like to put in 3 curlers. I feel like that's what makes my bangs sit nicer. So I do like the edges, which are usually longer, and then I do one for the middle, which is like the part that sits here in the middle. So next we're gonna take the Kristen S air dry cream, and I'm gonna run it through my hair. And then I go in with the Not Your Mother's curl cream, and then I just kind of give it a little scrunch. Okay, and then as for skincare, back here in my room, recently I did buy a new under eye cream. I'm trying this one out. It's the Deluxe. I don't know how you pronounce that, but it's a reviving eye gel. It's so lightweight, which I'm actually really liking. I feel like I tend to find different spots where I spend most of my time. Right now it has been my desk, and that's because I have fallen in love with water painting. It's so relaxing. Like, I love the fluidity of the paint, and just, it's such a calming little activity. Plus I've been loving making myself little snack boxes. I'll watch a show. I finished watching Switched at Birth. Now I'm back on watching The Fosters. And actually right now, while I'm doing hobbies and stuff, I like watching old shows because they don't require my full attention, versus if I'm watching a completely brand new show where I feel like I actually have to pay attention the entire time, so I'm stopping and I'm looking for a long time, versus if it's a show that I've already seen, you know, I don't have to pay attention the entire time because I already know what happens. But at the same time, it still catches me off guard because while I was rewatching Switched at Birth, I kept saying, oh, I forgot about the storyline. Oh, I forgot about the storyline. So what I do is I just take my watercoloring paper and cut it down, and then I do little drawings and stuff. For example, these are 2 of the ones that I recently did. So I just did these little like Snoopy characters. I find these on Pinterest and I just recreate them. I am on my lunch break from work, and I decided to use today to, one, treat myself to a little pizza, and two, I'm gonna go use this time during my lunch to see if I can find some new glasses. I did an eye appointment recently and I am in need of new glasses, but I've tried ordering a couple of times online and I have not been successful. I have not found a pair of frames that I like, and it's a little harder online. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, look at this beauty. So I think I'm gonna go see if I can find some at the iPlace or find some frames, like styles that I like, and then I can try to look for those online, depending if it's really expensive in person, because sometimes iPlaces charge an arm and a leg to buy glasses from there. Also, it's been so hot recently, which is not fun because I am so not ready. So not ready for summertime to be here. It is currently 91 degrees in spring. I had read The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron a while back, and one of the little tasks that she has you do is to go on artist dates. This sort of just challenges yourself to be a little bit more creative because you're putting time aside to do creative things. And today I think I'm simply going to go on a walk. For me, walks help me be creative because as I'm walking, my mind is thinking, and I utilize that time to just disconnect from all the worries and anxieties of the world. And I use that time as I'm walking to visualize myself walking towards my goals, or I give myself positive affirmations, or I use that time to just think of creative ideas. And so I think I'm gonna do that today, and then I'm also gonna make myself some dinner, which I've been a little lazy to cook up meals and try new things. So today we're gonna do something new, and I feel like cooking for me is also a creative outlet, and I haven't made the time or had the desire to do that recently. So I'm gonna make some time today to do both of those things, go for a walk and cook. Anyone else get really overwhelmed by large foods? I'm gonna split this in half because I don't know, when it's so big, I feel like my mind wants to eat it faster because it's so big that I think I just want to like get through it, versus when it's smaller bites like this, I feel like I can take my time with it. I don't know. We are home from work. I'm about to get started on dinner. So we are gonna have a pasta macaroni, what did they call it? It's like a Costco inspired meal. I've never had it. Obviously we don't have Costco here, but it has pasta, chicken, bacon, chives or green onions, and then you do cream cheese, I believe, and Caesar dressing, but we're gonna do mayo instead of cream cheese. And it's a really simple meal. So basically all I'm gonna prepare right now is the pasta. So we are using this protein pasta. It's the Brammy protein pasta. This one's actually pretty good. This is one of the best ones that we've ever found that cook pretty nicely, because other ones sometimes they're a little too chewy, and this one is just nice and soft. So we like those. And then on this pan over here, we're gonna go ahead and cook up the chicken. So my mom already prepared this. Basically all she added was just garlic powder, I think paprika and lemon pepper seasoning, because the recipe didn't really say anything specific as to what seasonings to add. And then over here in the mini oven, I'm going to cook up some bacon. Personally, I prefer to cook bacon in the mini oven now, or just an oven in general. I feel like there's less room for you to burn the bacon that way. When you cook it on the stove, I feel like sometimes it can get a little too burnt or crispy, which I know some people like that, but personally, I like juicy bacon. I feel like there's a time and space for crispy bacon, but I feel like for the most part, juicy bacon is where it's at, and I think that'll pair better with the pasta salad today. And then we'll just cut them down even more once we make the actual pasta salad. I'm gonna go for a walk. So I'm gonna leave everything cooking and then just have my sous chef, aka my mom, watch everything while we get back. Because normally we just go for a quick walk, like maybe 30 minutes or so, so it's not that long. Quick shower, quick walk, and we're back. Time to finish up dinner. I'm gonna put on my little apron. I haven't worn this in a good minute, so we're gonna put it on for old time's sake. But basically, all we have left to do is to cut up the green onion. This recipe is so easy. Literally, all we have here is the pasta. We're adding green onions, which is what the recipe calls for. And then we're gonna add a bunch of other goodies. So we're adding black olives and then a mix of vegetables. So we have corn, there's potatoes, carrots, I think green beans. Green beans are not by choice. They came already with the mix. But we'll go ahead and mix it all in there. Just so this way it's all more filling and stuff. Look at how pretty though, all of that color. I should not be mixing it with a knife. The chicken, we're gonna add in the chicken. I'm gonna do a little bit first and see how much I should add to this, because we also don't want an overload. Plus people can always add more chicken to their individual plates if they really want more chicken. But I think this is a good amount. And this is why I choose to make it in the oven, because just look at how juicy these pieces of bacon look. Look at that softness. And then we're gonna add in the bacon. So same, I'm just gonna add a little bit, and then I'll see how much more I should add. And we're adding all of it. I'll say I had a piece of this bacon. So good. Now I'm gonna add the mayo. I'm gonna add a little bit at a time, because one thing is once you add, you can't take back. I'm gonna add a little bit of Caesar dressing. I don't want to add too much because I don't want it to be too ranchy, but we'll do like the tiniest bit. All right, dinner is officially served. So let's give it a try. I'm gonna try to get a little bit of everything in here. Okay, cheers. It's good. Yeah. Okay, so it actually ended up being really, really good. I enjoyed that. It was so delicious. I'm saving a little bit for my lunch tomorrow. Okay. Exciting things happening. So if you guys remember, a couple of months ago, or last year, like late last year, I don't remember how long it's been, but I paid off my first credit card, which was just such a good feeling, like to get that just off of my plate. Now I'm about to pay off my second credit card debt. I'm so excited. I'm gonna make the payment right now. Okay. Second credit card has been paid off. Oh my god. It just feels so good to have that weight lifted off of you every single time you pay a credit card off. Oh my goodness.